Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the U.S.S. H.M.S. Beagle. Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tabletop Bob. My name is Bob. I'll be your game master for tonight, and I may have overindulged on that introduction, but it's fun. It's Star Trek.
It's phenomenal.
It's great.
Love it. It's campy, but I love it.
It is like campy. Yeah, exactly. I figured it had to. If you're gonna do campiness, do it. Do it in Star Trek Adventures, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We've got episode 2 of our Star Trek Adventures live play here on the channel. It is called Entropy's Demise. We're back with John, Steph, Nate, Stefano, and Joey. Last time we played, we had a really great session. It was unique. It was a different type of game. We were doing a lot of investigation. We're trying to use our technology and our sciences and knowledge to try to figure out what's going on here on this planet of Carina XII. And today we'll dive more into this game. And I was telling everybody, who knows? Maybe there'll even be a combat. We'll see. But we'll start that in a second. Come to a second. I have a couple of announcements. Here. Some things going on in the channel. Tomorrow, I don't know when, but whenever I get a chance to in the middle of the day, it's probably be sometime around lunchtime, Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be posting our first informational graphic about the new campaign, Tomb of Horrors. It's going to be epic. It's going to be wild. And there's a twist that I don't think everybody was seeing. Nate, I see Nate smiling because Nate knows.
I have no idea.
Nate knows a little bit of the twist, but
I already forgot.
we are.
Are you in character?
Yeah. Don't have to work too hard, you know.
But that's coming tomorrow. Post it on social media first. The Discord, it'll automatically show up in the Discord. So if you haven't done so yet, I mean, join the Discord channel. Social media, do it all. Links are in the description. And then eventually I'll post it all on YouTube community and things like that when I actually get a chance to sit down at the computer. But information about Tomb of Horrors coming tomorrow. I've also did a kind of a quick spur of the moment live stream on Sunday night. I was invited to play in a basic Dungeons and Dragons game on a fellow YouTuber's channel, Wally DM, playing with some people, other YouTubers, AJ Pickett, OKSDM. Obviously, Wally's going to run it, How to RPG with Fred, and I'm forgetting someone, and it's going to insult them. No, Mr. Welch, of course. I can't forget Mr. Welch. He's the probably the most knowledgeable about the old school D&D. I haven't played old school D&D since I was in 7th grade, so relearning all of it was a lot of fun. And I made a character on Wally's live stream, but he said to have a backup. I ended up rolling a halfling with 1 hit point, so I had to make another one for sure. And I rolled a wizard with 1 hit point. So it's not...
Oh my god.
A little more
That's better.
Yeah.
Maybe the enemies will only deal half a hit point.
Guys, I'm telling you right now, the original D&D is wild. I'm a wizard. I have 1 hit point. I only roll a D4 for my hit points. And you get 1 spell per day.
Wow. Magic missile.
You're screwed.
You get 1 spell. So we'll see.
We shall. Good with a bow and arrow.
What is it? Wait, what is the spell?
I chose sleep.
Okay, that's actually
Nice.
a pretty good one.
I actually left it up to a poll in the YouTube chat, so it was between sleep and charm person. But
Sleep is a good one. I mean,
Yeah.
charm person.
it's actually better in the original than in the
Yeah.
old in the new one. But we'll see. So that's gonna be on Thursday. That's on Wally's channel. I'll put a link down in the description after this stream is over. But if you go search Wally DM, you'll see it. Yeah. So those are the announcements, and then I want to dive in. Are you ready to play?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Why don't we just go through real quick? Tell us who we're playing, and then we'll do a recap. John, you want to start with Chief Security Officer?
Sure, I'd be happy to. I'm a Betazoid security officer, Commander Beau, and I found last time down on the planet that not everything is as it seems. Some things are certainly hidden. Commander Beau wants to solve the mysteries and keep everybody safe.
And that's it. I'm just waiting. I'm making sure because I'm listening mostly to you. I can't see your face, but you're good. Okay. Just like a security officer, just making everybody feel a little bit uneasy, on their toes, aware at all times.
Just a Betazoid security officer from some fly-fun colony. That's
Love
just me.
Love it. Love it. Let's go to the other people in charge here. We'll save. We'll go maybe by rank this time. Joey.
Hey, I'm Commander Yaren Miller, and I just want to say, if we're going by rank, you went in the opposite order because I'm second in command.
No, we'll go in rank now. After John, we'll go in rank
Fair
now.
enough.
I'm also right.
I
underneath
just want everyone to know that. All right.
I do have 3 dots as a commander on my lapel as well.
It's not the dots of your capel. Okay, it's how you use them.
It's not the amount of dots. That's how you use them. Go ahead.
No. I'm Commander Yaren Miller, second in command of the H.M.S. U.S.S. H.M.S. Beagle, which was my idea, which I soon regret. But no, we're investigating some crazy time anomalies happening on this planet, and Yaren Miller is particularly on his toes because he believes that the Romulans might be involved, and he has a history with the Romulans. Doesn't like them. Doesn't like them
That's
that much.
right. So you do have a history with Romulans. I forgot about that.
No.
You do. Yeah, we'll talk more about this Romulan threat in a second. But let's go to the person who the captain really believes is in charge, and that would be Stefano. Stefano, who's your character?
Well, hello everyone. I am Lieutenant Commander Karst Bim Proxy. I am the operations manager on this Starfleet and veteran personnel. And, operations manager really means that I'm in charge of everything. While I may not be the number 2, I am certainly the number 2 in Captain Saltonstall's heart.
Yes, and Captain Saltonstall, he does have a good friendship with you because you're both kind of veterans. You've been around for a long time here in Starfleet, and this might be your last opportunity at maintaining a starship. So this could be the end of your career, or could make your career. We'll see.
I'm also at Tellurite. I forgot
Yeah,
to
so
mention
yeah,
that.
Tellurite. Yes. And we go to the person keeping this bucket of bolts together, Steph.
Hi everyone. I am playing Tahal. I am a Vulcan. I am a junior grade lieutenant. I am young, and I kind of came with the ship. I interned a lot with all the veteran engineers and learned a lot by holding a flashlight. So I think I know how this all works.
Yeah,
I don't know.
you know it intimately, and you got tribbles on your shoulder.
I do. I have a friend today. He's not named, but I do have to be careful because they do multiply.
Oh. So it did get wet.
I try not to.
That's the
What
trouble
did
with
I just
tribbles.
walk into?
Joey. Don't worry, Joey. Cover your ears.
You'll understand when you're older.
You'll
This
understand.
is for veteran Starfleet personnel only.
That's great. This is exactly what happens every time he comes into the captain's room and they're drinking coffee or they're having a good time, and then the captain's like, "All right, back to work, everybody." Oh man. And finally, let's talk about who's steering this ship. Nate, tell us about vibes.
Hey everybody, hope you are having a good time just chasing your burrito out there. I'm LC Vibes McGee. I'm a chill Trill, and I'm steering this thing through space. Let's go check out those tachyon particles.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so you are playing a Trill. You are I guess the helmsman of this ship. You're really the pilot is what
Yeah.
you are. Yeah.
And finds it hilarious how many guys are vying for the number 2 spot on the ship.
That's great.
Because Vibes loves to settle in right in the mediocre level of the ship.
You know,
I was like, I can give up a spot or
Please
two.
get the green.
I like looking at the radar, not being on it.
what'd you say, Joey? C's get degrees?
Her D's get
Or
degrees.
D's get degrees?
I would say, yeah, solid D or C.
Gets you in Starfleet, that's for
for
sure.
Vibes McGee.
Well, I'm ready to begin here. So this has been a strange day for the crew of the U.S.S. H.M.S. Beagle. The crew has been contacted by Admiral oh yeah, I'm gonna forget her name. Admiral Talara, I think is her name.
Yes.
Yep, and she has commanded your captain, Captain Dusty Saltonstall, to investigate some sort of temporal anomaly. Something's going on the planet of Carina XII. It is a Class M planet that has been experiencing some sort of phenomena of progeria. But it's not just like the disease where it affects only people. It's affecting everything. Structures, plant growth, as well as the citizens are aging at a rapid rate. You investigated the house of the McKays, and one of the children there, who was supposed to be only 6 months old, little Ephraim, he looks as though he's maybe 6 years old. And this is very similar to the disease that you were in discussion, progeria, but buildings. I think Tahal had sensed that there was something structurally wrong with one of the warehouses. It looked as though it had suffered centuries of degrade. The crops, Carina XII being such a vintner's dream, a winemaker's dream, all the grapes on the vines have started to age and wither, becoming shriveled raisins. This is going to be a problem for this colony because they rely on selling their wine for gold plus latinum in this area on the edge of the neutral zone.
Worlds.
The outer worlds on the neutral zone. One of the townsfolk came up to you while you were being escorted by the mayor, Cyrita. His name was Zane Knoll, and him and his sons, they came almost kind of basically saying that the Cyrita had to investigate these Romulans who had been taking their crops. She thinks that Zane is honestly probably out of his mind, but with the idea of the Romulans, perhaps here in the neutral zone, you decided to investigate it a little more, take this a little more seriously. And I think it was Tahal who noticed that there were soil sample diggings being done in the vineyards. And so you followed some tracks, and it led you to what seems to be some sort of Romulan outpost. You got to the exterior. It looked like it was hidden beneath this like hillside. It's a metal door of Romulan architecture, reinforced. And once you were able to open the door, that's where we stopped. Did I forget anything? Did I miss anything?
Nope.
Okay.
The tachyon particles?
Yes, well, that's what you noticed in the atmosphere. It was the tachyon particles that were present. So you assume that has something to do with the aging. But one thing else too that we didn't really touch back on, but the ship has been doing its long scans. You had done those before you got onto the planet, and once you realized that there were tachyon particles, you've been trying to figure out where the particles have come from. That's something you haven't really gotten back yet, but that's something we may come back to in the game. All right, so now I'm going to direct everyone here to roll 20, if you will.
There.
Okay. So, with roll 20, it's a little different than I think with D&D, so I want to just be clear on this. I'm going to switch this over. Here we go. So I just want to be clear a little bit with this. So this game is not like D&D or other RPGs where it's a very defined combat system. It's kind of meant to be purposefully vague in some ways, but I think for me, I need some sort of a visual to go along with this, and so I think we're. Oh, sorry. There you go. Thank you. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to put everybody's token on a traditional grid here, and I've read the rules, and I know that everyone in this party has also read the rules, so you've done a great job of preparing yourselves for this. Right? Right, everybody?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Good.
Joey could actually recite them word for word. I think he memorized it.
Yep, but you should try, just in case you can. You can.
You know what? When it comes to Karst BIM proxy, there are no rules.
That's
Wait,
funny.
I thought you were so rule abiding. Vibes is totally geeked out, man.
So because we all know the rules so well, I decided to make things a little simpler on us. There's a system in this game about movement, and it's basically supposed to be sort of like theater of the mind, where things are either within your reach, meaning they're right near you, but the equivalent of D&D would be like adjacent or 5 feet. Then there's basically what's within close, your zone that you're in, and that would be the things in like the general vicinity, the room you're in, that you could reach in one movement. And then there's like medium and long range, but moving between zones costs movement. So basically, the idea is like instead of in D&D where you have 30 feet and every square is 5, you can just move from room to room as one of your movements. Now that seems pretty simple.
Wait,
but
not room to room, but like zone to zone, right?
Zone to zone, excuse me. Yes. Now it's up to the GM to determine what the zones are. Typically, though, it is within your room. You can move anywhere you'd like. To move to another room, it could cost an action to move further. The further you move, the more you want to go from 0 to long range. You could spend momentum. You could do things to do that. It just takes up a lot of your turn.
So
We're not gonna.
Would it be something like, oh, the room you're trying to go to is long range from you, or your long range?
No, they don't count it like that. It's just number of zones. So if you want to go from one zone to the next, you can simply do that. You can move from one zone to the next. But if you want to go further than that, it costs more. It would cost actions. You'd have to start making actions to do that, or tasks as they call them here. So because I don't want to deal with that, what I'm just going to say is we're just going to move 30 feet. We're just going to move 30 feet.
No!
Yeah.
Come on! Oh,
No. Let me just be clear here. Joey. When we are moving from in like combat and stuff like that, we're going to play it by the rules. But just for right now, because when I say it's Joey, what do you want to do in your turn? Just move your token somewhere in the room. If you want to go somewhere that's further than 30 feet, I will just stop you. All right? Because the rooms you're going to see may not all be the same. Some rooms may be... Yep. It just may not feel right to be like, I'm going all the way there. And it just may not feel right. We'll see. We'll see. Well, honestly, we'll see how it plays, to be honest, because it's our first time playing. I don't want to change the rules too much, but if on a general turn, not in combat, not doing anything, whatever, just generally speaking, I'm going to say you can move 6 spaces just to make things a little easier on all of us. But with combat, doesn't really have a spatial thing like that, so we won't really use it. But anyway, we might not even get into combat. Star Trek's not about combat, so... All right, so I'm going to read to you the description of the entrance here that you found. Hidden by some sort of cloaking field, you can see the main entrance appears nothing more than a sheer cliff, but upon closer inspection, it revealed the doorway to some sort of structure, built, engineered structure. You opened the door previous game, and you were able to see a dimly lit hallway that leads to another opening. This opening will kind of very easily open as you approach, almost motion censored. Let's go to the map. Where is it? Here it is. Boom. All right, so your doors open as you approach them, and you peer into a dimly lit room. Overhead, the lights in here flicker. You can smell the burning of plastic and ozone permeating the room. From just a single glance, you realize this was some sort of an observation post that the Romulans have hastily converted into a laboratory. Given the destruction, it's unlikely that anything is salvageable. There are computer banks along the walls, and the consoles have disruptor burns in them. Smoke pours forth from the holes, and the floor is littered with smashed pads. PADDS stands for personal something displays. It's basically an iPad, or those little controls that they have to give them readings. The Romulans must have evacuated this facility in a hurry because they have destroyed some sophisticated equipment, and that would be difficult to replace. You may move yourselves about the room.
Oh, it's a massacre in there. Avert your eyes from these burnt gadgets and computers.
I like have my hand over my face, and I'm like just looking around with my phaser. Like,
I'd like to, exactly, draw my phaser with my minor action.
wait, we all had our phasers going out. I said phasers on stun.
That's true. Yes, you do have your phasers out. No need to worry about that. We're also not in combat, so you could do kind of whatever you'd like. So you all
I
have-
am sticking to the back and trying not to fight.
I
Try to keep people between me and the doors.
I'd like to use
guess-
my.
I guess I should. I like tell everyone to we should be quiet. All right, we should we shouldn't let anyone know we're approaching. Everyone.
I agree. Stealth is a great idea. Wonderful work, man.
I take the sarcasm.
Do I sense any emotions or uneasiness?
You sense a little bit of insecurity coming from me.
No, from the room in general.
No, there's nobody here to really gain that empathy from. But you can see, though, that Commander Miller is giving orders, but then over kind of maybe even giving a side glance to Bim Proxy.
In proxy? What do you mean? What?
That's Stefano's
Right.
character's last name.
Oh. Why am I giving a side glance? Am I really? Am I actually doing that?
Well, that's what his reading gives. Is that you're empathetically giving a side glance.
Technically, you're dictating my character's emotions.
No,
now?
you're metaphorically giving a side glance.
It's real. My insecurity was about him being sarcastic at my stealth idea.
I don't know. There's deep-seated trauma here. He's
All right. I'd like to use my tricorder to see if I can see any hidden passageways behind any of these walls. Because
so
right now we're at a dead end.
there are actually some
Actually,
doors
is there
here.
a door here?
Yeah, there are some doors here. There's a door to the north, right
One
there.
out here, too.
Actually,
door to the
Thaddeus,
south.
there's a couple doors here.
I realize I'm near a door and run to the middle of the room.
I go to the southern door.
Shh. No running in the halls.
All right, southern door it is.
Sorry, I would probably lightly jog. Let's
Do
be
we want
honest.
to? We should stick together, right, everybody?
I think we
Everyone-
should stick together. For now.
All right, let's split up.
All right.
Bef-
Yeah, I open
Okay,
the southern door.
sure. So the door slides open, and you can see a hallway heading south. The lights in here, I imagine it's like those fluorescent lights overhead, and it's it's kind of dim, and they're flickering as if it's taken a lot of this whole hallway is kind of taken damage. Everything here looks just rather, like I said, hastily destroyed. There's marks all over the walls, like if they were moving things. They brushed up against the side, and you can see here that this door takes you down into a hallway with. You can see what seems to be a long corridor. There are 6 doors along the opposite wall from you. A 7th door to the far end. And I'll just...
Bob, all this electronic stuff, does any of it look like salvageable, or that we could learn anything from it?
So in this hallway, there isn't any necessarily technology. It's like lights and stuff like that,
any-
markings on the wall. But up here in the top, It doesn't look salvageable, but you haven't really investigated it. So if you wanted to do that, you could.
Oh.
Do
I go, Tell, dude, you know a lot about electronics. Can we just like check some of this out? It might tell us what we're in for here.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm trying to think. This is out of game. What I can do, like it's a major action, or I have focus of transporters, replicators, wiring and power systems, computers.
That would work. The power systems and the computers would probably apply here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can do that. What would I need? Oh, and then I have a value of like everything is easily fixable, and focus will get it done. So maybe one of those will help.
This would be an insight and science task.
Insight and science. Okay.
No,
I have-
I
one of my-
apologize. Hold on just 1 second. I
Sorry.
100% apologize. It is a reason and engineering task. I misread.
I'm
one of-
good in both. Okay.
One of my values is trust in others' strengths as much as your own. Could that somehow? Is this an example of me trusting in Tal's strengths?
So
For advantage.
just
Can
just
I?
rem-
Yeah. Can I do anything with that?
So just remember what those values do. Values are for your determinations. So if you look in the cheat sheet I gave you, determination is a resource that you have. You start with 1. All right. And the basically what happens is if ever your value would affect something that's going on in the game, in the scene right now, you can spend your determination. It can give you a bonus d20 that has already rolled a critical hit. It can give you a reroll to all the dice in the dice pool. It could immediately perform another task once this one is resolved, or it can create an advantage that applies to the current scene. Now, what that would mean is that whatever you're using it for during this scene, which could be long because we're exploring this area, there would be some sort of benefit to the group that I kind of create narratively for you. So it's situational.
I'm already out of determination.
So
Are you really?
So Bob,
I think we all
we
get
just had-
one.
Yeah, I used one last session.
Oh,
To
okay.
find out about the tachyon particles.
Gotcha. Steph,
From-
go ahead.
just reading the rules in the rule book, because we have tasks and determination, you can spend it to do a second task during a turn. But is assisting like a first task, so you don't spend that determination?
So outside of combat, you wouldn't need to worry about it because you could just do whatever test you'd like in any order. There's no issue. The real benefit of determination in combat is that you basically get to like attack again. It's kind of like a fighter doing action surge before the
Okay.
enemy gets to go. So I wouldn't worry about determination right now because there's no combat.
So essentially, my value here just doesn't apply. That's cool.
It could, but I don't know if you'd really even want to use it if you had determination.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't. So, all right, cool.
So Steph, you're going to give me an
Okay,
insight.
reason, engineering, and task roll of 2.
It is actually, yeah, it's actually a difficulty 3 though. So you're rolling 2 dice, and
Okay.
you do this is one of your focuses going to apply. So you're going to use your discipline, which is science. That will be your crit range. So if you click in the roller, it'll give you that option of focus apply.
Focus used. Yes. Okay, got it.
Go for it. So you got 2 successes, but this was a difficulty 3, which means that even though you were successful, you do not succeed.
Okay.
It's beyond repair is what you would say. You use to the best of your ability to try to repair these consoles without, any sort of knowledge of how they were built or maybe some specific tools.
Shouldn't
feel
I
like
have
it's
3
hard.
numbers though?
How many dice did you get? 2.
It looks like it only rolled 2.
Yeah, it should have only rolled 2.
Okay, sorry.
It always rolls 2 unless you have another reason. You could spend momentum to roll extra ones.
Gotcha. Okay.
So right now the momentum pool is at, I believe it was 4.
5.
4, I believe is what it was, right?
Oh.
Yeah, because
had
we
it written
lose
down.
one at the end of every scene.
Yeah, I had it written down. It was 4. That's what I have right on my sheet here. 4.
Got it.
I could be wrong, but I don't think so. So you have 4 momentum right now, but yeah, I mean, look, ultimately it's up to you if you want to spend it or not. Doesn't guarantee a
Think-
success.
Right. No, I think I'll just, guys. I think this is beyond repair. This is even more beyond repair than what I can do. I'm sorry. I don't have much I can do.
No worries. Sorry, let's catch up with the rest of them. I don't know if we're the best two fighters, you know?
That's true. Yeah, we should catch up.
All right, so you see this hallway, this long corridor with 6 doors along the opposite wall and a 7th door at the end of the hall. Each of the doors seems to be labeled with a number in the Romulan language, starting with 1 and ending with 6. The 7th door seems to have some name written on it at the end.
Amanda, if I can make a suggestion, if someone was still in the facility, we're giving them a pretty easy way to leave through that other door.
Sorry, what was the thing again?
If someone is still in the facility, seeing how hastily everything was destroyed, we're letting them escape through the other doors. So should we put something at the main door to make sure nothing escapes?
Wait, didn't we
leave security personnel back there?
Yes, we did. Okay, that was yep.
Oh,
Perfect.
Outside, but yes, yeah.
Done.
what is the what did the Romulan letters say?
1 through 6, and then something else we can't read.
A name at the end. If you were to get closer, you probably could read it.
I walk up to it.
Sure, move your tokens. We'll just go in order here. Joey, move your token to where you'd like to go, and then let's go with go in the
We're to
order.
the same spot.
We'll go. Oh, perfect. We'll go in the order of rank here. So Joey's going first. Then I think it is probably security. Then
Well,
I
that's
think it
me
would
up
be.
front. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Go, Joey.
Well, actually, I feel like security should be ahead of me.
That's fine. It's up to you.
That's what I
You're
was
in
thinking.
charge here. The name at the end, you can see it says Sub-Commander Tellurian. Taleria. Sub-Commander Tellurian.
Not to be confused with Admiral Talara.
Talara, exactly.
Oh no, the commander, the admiral, was a Romulan the whole time.
If only. So,
Do I recognize the name?
do you recognize the name? Give me a reason and command task. The difficulty is hard here. It is 4.
Ooh.
I would have to spend dice.
No, because if you get a crit, it counts as 2. Do you have any focuses that would increase your crit range?
Galactic politics?
I would allow it.
Or do I roll 3 dice?
Nope, 2 dice, but if you get 2 crits within your command is your discipline. Is your command pretty high?
Oh, I see what you're saying. My command is 5.
Okay, so if you roll 2 5s or under, you'll get it. You could also throw a momentum in there if you'd like.
You know
exactly.
what? Does anyone object to me throwing in a momentum for this?
It doesn't seem super pertinent, but it's kind of fun.
No, then let's not do it.
I
2 dice.
think go for it. That's
Okay.
my vibe.
All right. What do I get?
You got only 1, and 1's a critical failure, so it's supposed to be a complication.
Oh God.
You
So-
forget the names of everyone you've ever worked with.
Oh no.
Her name is Chief Petty Officer Wilkinson.
Oh my God.
No, but
Staring at the door.
no, I got it
Dumbfounded.
perfect. I got it perfect. You look over and you see Stefano's character. What's your character's name again? Oh my gosh,
Karst.
Karst. You see Karst, and he's just like shaking his head. You know he's gonna tell the captain later that you fumbled around a bunch of names. You're like, oh, I know this person, and you're like, it's Admiral Talara, and oh wait, no, that's not the right person. Talara's the admiral. He's gonna.
Not the Admiral. Yaren.
Oh my God.
You're
I'm
getting a
just,
little.
There's an extra letter in there.
Getting a little paranoid, Joe. You're getting a little paranoid. That's the complication. You feel a little paranoid now, like he's gonna tell the captain everything.
Wait, is the captain Admiral Talara? Yes.
Stop it. Anyway, it shakes your confidence,
I,
Joey.
I smack him on the shoulder. You're
We're
doing
go-
a bang up job, Yard.
Okay, so
I don't know
far,
what I'm doing. I'm just trying to recognize the name.
so far, no clues here.
All
Oh,
right.
can he read my mind? Like, what's going on?
I'm gonna slowly open the door with my phaser ready.
Sure. Which
Nobody,
one do you
nobody's interested in checking out these other doors.
I'm very interested, but
Which
this
one do you want to
doesn't
open?
have a number.
Which one do you want to open?
He wants to open the named door.
We can do 6 first. I have an idea that these are living quarters. And there's 6 nobodies and 1 somebody. So I'm opening up the sub commander's door.
Sure.
Say, I got your back, boss. So I stand further away from him in the hallway.
What do I see as I enter the room?
Entering this room, you are nearly overwhelmed by the smell of burning plastic and acrid smoke that fills the air. Every pad, every computer terminal, even the sub-commander's storage space under a bunk has been destroyed with disruptors. Just one cursory glance. You don't expect to find anything of use here. It seems that the sub-commander, Tellurian, has been thorough in her destruction.
All right. Can I use my tricorder to beep beep, bop bop, boop boop, and see if there's anything more interesting? Anything still giving off an energy source in this room?
Yeah, you can use the tricorder. Nothing seems salvageable. Everything seems destroyed. It's pretty clear, so you don't need to make a search or anything like that.
Well, it seems like this commander is very thorough. Let's see if some of the underlings are a little bit more careless. And I move to number 6 and I open the door.
Sure. Is anybody else opening doors or doing anything while John is being the security officer?
Mama always said 3 was the best number. I opened door number 3.
Gotcha. Anybody else? Steph? Joey?
I think I would probably be too curious and open number 1 because that's right at the end,
Sure.
like right at the beginning, I guess.
Sure, move your character to number 1.
Yeah.
Door number 1. Anybody want to try door number 2?
I actually do want to take out my tricorder and figure out where's the most amount of energy coming from.
Give me with the tricorder. So you start to scan the walls here, and anywhere where there's a disruptor burn, you can get an energy surge. But you'd probably estimate that these disruptor burns are relatively recent. If you want to give me a reason and insight and science task, I could tell you a little more.
Yeah.
This is going to be difficulty 1.
Okay. Insight and science. 2 dice. Yeah. Wait, I rolled 0 dice.
Didn't we say reason in science?
No, I made a mistake. Insight and science.
Oh.
What'd you get, Joe? 1?
Yeah.
Well, he rolled it twice.
I see 2 rolls here.
Double failure.
Oh wait, there were 2 rolls.
Yeah, the first roll was 0 and 0, so no.
I didn't hear. I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's
I
okay.
didn't hear like the dice rolls. Like, oh.
Turn your dice on. Turn your digital dice on. Go to these settings.
Oh, I heard it
and-
for the second one.
I heard a
but I
little
didn't hear it for
bloop,
the
but I
first
didn't
one.
see the dice.
I didn't see him.
Turn on all your 3D dice, digital dice in the settings.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't get any other than that these burns are relatively recent, maybe within the last day or 2.
Okay, but I can't see if like there's like a power source for like the station.
You cannot, not from where you're situated.
Okay.
These are all barracks, it looks like. All the rooms are basically the same. They each have bunks, 4 bunks, mattress pads, a storage compartment. Everything is neatly packed into the storage spaces. So these rooms look like they do have items. They have like, clothes, uniforms, things like that. Family photos even. You can see Romulan family photos. I don't know how that would look. They're just everybody like mean mugging the camera.
Contrary to belief, Romulans are a very loving people when it comes to their own kind. They
Yeah, I'm
just
sure.
don't like anybody else.
I'm sure they are.
I just made that up.
They each has a replicator.
That's not true.
A replicator, actually, by the way. There you go.
A replicator.
Yeah.
I replicate a burrito.
I want to replicate. No, the last thing they did. I want to read.
Vibes in.
I'll stop them. No, there's not the time for food. Let's replicate the last thing they made and see if it gives us any clues.
Well, we can act. They should have like a sort of like history record that we can look
Right?
at.
Like go.
I grab the burrito and start eating it.
Unfortunately, it's a nothing burrito because, Joey, you go to the replicator, you start to plug in things, even though it's a Romulan, you get a sense, you know how to do, you've interacted with them before, you get a sense of how to work their replicator. There's no power to it. In fact, it looks as though most of the power source has been shut down.
That's why we haven't detected a power source.
Hmm.
The station seems to be shut down.
I think it's time we go in the other direction. If there's nothing else in these rooms, we gotta locate where this power source is and try to get some information from these computers. The tachyon particles are still coming from somewhere.
Let's go.
Right.
And yeah, I make my way into the other room.
Sure. Go back to the main
hallway.
room here. Yep. Stefano, you have an idea?
No, I was just gonna ask Thaddeus something. Although now my map got all wonky. Thaddeus. While Vibes and I were on the ship investigating the air particles, and you were on the ground, do you see any reason why these Romulans seem to have destroyed everything in this base and wanted to get out here in a hurry? Do you have any insights as to why that might be?
It does not seem like anything has changed on the surface in the last day or two.
Would you like to make a check, John, as the security officer?
Yeah. I like
Insight.
that idea.
It's insight and command, and the difficulty is 0.
That sounds nice.
Which
So
means
don't
that
rip-
Momentum.
yeah, which means that any success will give you momentum.
Yes.
That's
I
one
like
momentum.
that.
So it is a 5 for momentum now, and this success will give you this information. You get the sense that these Romulans have evacuated quickly as possible because they left behind their personal belongings, and you also get the sense that the noise that you are making right now, if anyone is in this room, these halls, that they would probably hear you. That's what you feel. Would you like to spend momentum to get more?
Bank it.
I think we're good.
Okay.
We have room for one more, right?
You have, you can get up
But
to
we
6.
lose it at the end of the scene.
You lose 1 at
Right,
the end of the scene.
right. I
Correct.
always forget that.
By the way, just something I've noted at the GM side, and I'm not going to talk too much about it right now. We'll maybe save for at the end of the whole thing. But one thing is, like, you have to kind of plan in checks that are like 0s and 1s, because that's how you get momentum, right? Like, overachieving on those little ones. And you should probably try to, if I were making my own scenario, I would think I'd have to like kind of really think about lots of places to put checks in, because unless I call for a check, you can't be like, hey Bob, I'm going to search this area here, because that's not how you initiate a check. I tell you when the checks come. So I have to kind of, I'd assume the DM has to think about planning to put those in. And
I
the
can't
difficulties.
ask, like, what color is the floor?
You can ask
Well,
any
this is-
question, but I narratively explain it to you. Whereas
This is why I asked
Yeah.
the question, because I was on the ship and I wasn't on the ground.
there you go.
Yeah.
And narratively, it makes sense. You prompted him to think about something. He thought about it, and I told him to make the check. So
I
it
also
works
walked
really well.
I just walked past Yaren and just asked the question to Thaddeus, because he seems like he knows what's going on.
Oh, this is great. All right.
So,
So yeah, go ahead.
in my opinion, nothing has changed in the last couple days, but there's no good reason why they would destroy the facility and leave. Everyone in town may be in danger.
I agree that we need to try to get some information from one of these broken down computers. I kick one.
It just collapses. The whole panel crashes to the floor.
Well,
Am I able to
didn't
try
work this
again
time.
in a different area?
So yeah, I think that depending on I think what the check results in is that you've exhausted this room, right? This room,
Right.
you've checked the panels, the console's not good. Were there something else somewhere, elsewhere in this facility? Maybe perhaps you could.
Okay.
Knowing that it looks like they left in a hurry, Vibes is thinking about how they must have tried to leave. So if there's any vehicle evidence of like them using some sort of speeder bike or any sort of vehicle thing at any point.
I'll let you know. Although you are pretty.
That's what I'm actively looking for.
I'd say you're pretty adept with this. Just like you, they can beam out of places. So
And the Romulans are known for their stealth technology.
yeah.
So they could have been having a ship in orbit this entire time.
Yeah.
We'll see. So you head north, and this corridor takes you to a new wing of the facility.
Wait, actually,
Yes, Commander?
if we believe that they left, that means they must have. There are either signs that they're on some sort of terrestrial vehicle, or they beamed out of here, which means that they have a ship nearby. We have to be able to find out where that ship is.
That would be the goal, yeah. But they are, you know this, the Romulan cloaking technology is beyond your sense scanners. So if...
But, like, if they're doing some sort of a tachyon experiment, maybe we can target where the source of the tachyon particles might be.
And I think I was saying at the beginning, this ship is actively scanning for that. I think before Vibes and Karst left, that's what they were doing. So that was going to continue to scan.
That's a big orbit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, so let's jump to so this is actually where the scene is going to end, and you're going to go to the north scene. So that's where the northern side. So that's, you'll lose the momentum. You go back to 4, and now you are heading towards what seems to be some sort of administrative offices. Once these doors slide open, you can see a dark corridor with flickering lights overhead. Red lights glow from beneath the metal grates on the floor, and the obvious warning of danger. Directly ahead of you is an open door with smoke billowing out. To your left is another door. This one is closed. And you can see to the right, the corridor will turn even further. Every door has Romulan writing over it. So actually, move your tokens just a little back. Maybe we jumped the gun just a smidge. Just put yourselves in this corridor here at the start. Yeah, put yourselves in the corridor. Yep, keep going. Bag it up, all of you. Bag it up.
Oh.
And tell me the marching order here.
Security is first, I would like.
Sure. Okay.
I just walked ahead of Yaren, so I'm second.
Move your tokens back, though, if you can. Yeah.
I want to go.
Yeah.
Oops, something just happened.
Yeah, that door was open, and there was smoke billowing out of it. So right now, we'll just go in this order, and this is where I'm just gonna have you move 30 feet. This would be the time.
I would certainly be nudging my way to not be at the back.
Okay, so then we've got Ta'al at the back, and or at least trying to get in front of.
Yeah, I
Ta'al.
try, but Tal is focused on some broken machine.
Gotcha. So let's do it in order here. John, you approach the smoke-filled room.
Yes, I'm gonna go into the room. I mean, smoke. When there's smoke, there's fire.
Sure. Thick plumes of smoke billow out of this smoldering remains of what appears to be a large desk. The room appears as though a bomb was set off in it. The furnishings have burn marks, and the terminals are smoking as they continue to melt down. The scent of burning plastic and melted metals burn your nose. A quick study of the room suggests that it served as the outpost commander's quarters. You can give me a reason and security task as you search the scene here. And it is difficulty 1.
I get a bank 1, 2 successes.
So that is going to be a momentum surge to 5. You're going to learn that it was most likely the cause of a disruptor weapon set to overload, which they have Romulans do use sometimes as a detonation device. Would you like to spend momentum to get more?
No, but
Bob, we can only have up to 6 momentum at one time, correct?
Correct. And right now you have 5.
Okay. So we can spend more.
Yeah, we should do it.
yeah, there's more info for us. All right, let's do it. So I'm going to roll another task roll.
You don't roll any. You just spend a momentum,
just spend a
and I give
momentum
you
effort.
extra information. Yes. So this smoke to you, John, feels like it's obscuring the corridor to your right, and in your back of your mind, you're thinking if there was an ambush, it would be coming from beyond the smoke screen. That would be what you think as a security officer.
So this room is bigger than I think.
The room is not bigger than you think. You see the entirety of the room, but the corridor to the right that you haven't explored, you can't really see down that way because the smoke has kind of filled that corridor.
Well,
So it's hard to see.
We have 2 problems. One is this smoke is fresh, so somebody is probably still here. The second problem is we can't see very good. Let's approach quietly.
Okay,
Maybe a foot.
so I'm just going to keep John here. That's John's turn. You tell everybody to approach quietly, right? Be alert. We'll go to
You could
Karst.
scan for life signs.
He did his scan in there. He
For life signs?
There's nothing in the room. Yeah.
No, but
he-
you can scan the facility, can't you?
Well, you guys can.
This facility? What do you mean the facility? You mean this room right here?
Like, I mean, like the facility that we're like in.
I don't have anything here that says you can scan the facility. I know you can do a lot, but your tricorders, you mean?
Yeah. Is it only rooms?
It doesn't say anything here, but if that's something that they can do in Star Trek, then I would let you do it if you'd like to do that. But Karst would go, so maybe Karst would do that if that's something that's doable in Star Trek.
I think the narrative Star Trek thing would be we're inside of a Romulan cloaking device, and our senses don't penetrate Romulan cloaking devices.
Yeah, I mean, if if the tricorder is not getting any reading because of like some weird material.
I mean, are you talking like from the ship where they can just like see there are 3 life signs on the planet?
Yeah, like well, sort of. But I think their tricorders can do that as well. Like,
Yeah, I think you're right.
like
Do
I
you
think
wanna-
well-
when they board an enemy ship, they use their tricorder to be like, I don't scan any life signs on the ship.
Do you want to do that? Do you want to? Well, there
It could not work. Like
There-
for all I know.
were
But-
some issues. Remember, you couldn't even use the communicator to get back to the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say that might be affecting your scans here thoroughly. Karst, what do you do?
As I'm trying to the tricorder, I'm like, oh, I'm not getting anything.
Yeah, and again, Karst
Look.
looks back.
Oh, the tachyon particles are affecting my tricorder, Captain.
Bob, with the
The
possibility of
ionosphere of the planet seems to be scrambling.
with the possibility of an ambush, I was just gonna try to move and like just stop and listen
Sure.
to see if I could hear anything.
Sure.
Maybe coming from here.
Let's see here. So I have this here. There is a task for this. It is opposed tasks. I have it somewhere. I know there's something with this because it's like sort of like related to combat. Yes. Let's see. Give me a... I don't know what it would be. To like hide, attack, cover. Why don't we go with... Because I'm definitely making a mistake here, so we might as well make a mistake in grand fashion. I remember reading something about it here. I just can't remember what it is now. But it's an opposed task, so what it means if you're trying to find somebody, they'll roll and you'll roll, and whoever has the more successes wins. If the attacker, the defender person who is defending has to get higher than that person. Whoever wins has to get higher results than that person. So more results means you succeed. Roll your security is going to be the discipline, and insight.
That was like a crit. So I got 3.
Oh,
3. So you're going to beat what perhaps someone in that hallway would have gotten
but nobody's there.
through the smoke. No, through the smoke, you'll notice 2 individuals walking from the end of the corridor towards you. You mostly just see probably like a silhouette in the smoke, but it's clearly there's 2 humanoids approaching you, and they've got some sort of weapon in their hands. Romulans, no doubt.
Okay.
Do an opposed check against somebody who you don't know may or may not be there.
So basically, I think narratively what's happening is you would say, I want to look to see if somebody's there. I would make you roll regardless because I wouldn't want to give away that there's someone there or not. But you succeeded and you beat them. So you let's say you rolled a 3 and I was like, there's nobody there. You'd be like, oh,
yeah.
You'd be like, oh damn, either they're really good, or Bob's, there's nobody there. Bob's bluffing. There's
We
nobody
don't
there.
get momentum on that. 3 was the success.
This is the one thing we looked at last time that opposed tasks. I'm not sure if you get momentum on them because
yeah. Okay.
it seems.
No, wait. So that's how you would tell them, because let's say you got 2 successes.
Oh,
And-
right.
and
You're
then-
right. So
and then you go, no one's there, but you don't get any momentum. either.
yeah. See that's. Well, I guess if you see them, that means you succeeded, and it was a necessary task. So why don't we do that? I'll say we
Karst
give it to you.
noticing them is all the
Yeah.
momentum he needs.
I'll give it to you. Let's go to 6 again. So you're back to 6 now. You gained 2 because they only succeeded once on their check. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's fair. Let's do it.
Can I
if I'm wrong,
spend
I'm
1 momentum to gain more information? I'm just kidding.
No, spend one more momentum to hide.
Although I could do that. I don't know. I'm sure they notice me. Would I guess that they notice me?
Oh, we've been making a lot of noise.
And we've been making a lot of noise.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'm assuming.
I mean, use the momentum to shoot them.
All right, so
Wait.
everyone, this hallway is smoky. With the knowledge that they are there, you can see them. I'm just going to give them basically an extra dice for their cover. So when they defend, they'll have from a ranged attack, they're going to be just a little harder to hit. But right now, we're going to go into what we would basically say is combat. You ready for this?
Sure.
Yes,
Can-
let's do it.
Can I spend one of those momentum that I just gained to guard?
So
Which is-
what happens?
Are we not? Do we have
No.
to go into quote unquote initiative?
Yeah,
order
we have to
first?
go into what's quote unquote
Okay.
initiative. So basically, what happens is when you go into combat, the DM or GM decides which side should go first. It's kind of weird, but it says almost always it's going to be the player characters, unless there's a good reason that they wouldn't. In this case, you spotted them. I would say that you're definitely going to go first, and then the GM would pick a person to go first if that seems likely in the story. And to me, I can't imagine anybody but the hero of the H.M.S. Beagle, the captain's eye, Karst. You're going to go
Okay.
first.
Just throwing me around.
All right.
Making me...
But then what happens is it alternates. So the enemies would get to go, one enemy, and then it would rotate back to us, and then the group just decides who goes next. So that's basically it. So it would be, that way. The other alternative way is if there's no good person to go first, the GM can't decide, it would be whoever has the most daring. But I think it's appropriate that Karst would go first. So
I have an ability here, a talent called Quick to Action.
okay.
I don't exactly know what these words all mean put together. During the first round of any combat, you and your allies may ignore the normal cost to, capitalized, retain the initiative.
So what that means is that you could spend momentum to retain the initiative. Like, for example, you can, instead of having go back to the other team after one of your players have gone,
Yeah,
you to keep it. So that would you get it for free, it says?
that's how I'm reading it.
That's amazing.
Ignore the
So,
normal cost.
so you might as well do that, because if I'm not mistaken, maintaining the advantage is 2 momentum. Yeah, keeping the initiative is a 2 momentum spend.
So then that means that Karst is going to get to go, and then I get to go.
Yeah, if you
Right.
want to do that, yeah, sure. So, Karst, why don't you take your turn? You get 1 minor action and 1 task.
All right. And a minor action could be movement.
It's generally speaking movement. I would say that since you're in the same hallway, if you want to be next to them, you can.
Oh.
Remember, the ranges are kind of weird here, so being in the same hallway.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Technically, I couldn't if we were using that.
We're not using D&D rules, remember? This
Oh,
is
right.
in combat. We're going to play by the real rules because I want to see how it plays.
Great. So, sure. I think I'd like to get up to this one and try to punch it with my mean right hook.
Sure, you go up to the female Romulan, you punch her in the face. Give me, so for melee combat, here's what
They
happens.
say chivalry's dead.
You emerge from the smoke and just punch a woman.
I love it.
He's
She
a
had it
hag.
She had it coming.
God.
So here's how it works. First, you have to decide, are you using non-lethal or lethal damage?
Non-lethal.
Okay. If you're using non-lethal damage, what you're going to do is you're going to make an attack. You are going to use since you are in melee combat, you're using your daring and security.
Okay.
However, in melee combat, unlike normal combat with shooting, they're making an opposed check here. So they're going to fight just as much as you are. I'm gonna roll
I'm
theirs.
not clicking where it says weapons.
No, you're doing just a... I actually don't know what your sheet looks like. So let me see.
Under,
I have unarmed strike in
I
mine.
have an unarmed strike
Okay.
thing here.
I see that. Let's
And then there's like a little carrot and the number 5.
that's the damage it does. That's the
Oh.
damage dice. It's it's D6s, and it'll
Got
tell
it.
you how much damage you get. But real quick though, can you roll it? See what happens.
Sure.
But you're gonna roll damage dice, not the. Yeah, so you roll damage. I think that's just for the damage.
I see.
It's not for the actual roll. You still need to use the roller. You can keep that damage roll. It looks pretty nasty, whatever you got there.
Okay.
So
But-
go ahead. Yeah.
So sorry, one more time. Daring and what?
It's daring and security.
Okay.
And you're gonna roll. Right now you have 2 dice. Do you have anything that
Mhm.
gives you bonuses to this?
Hand-to-hand combat.
So that's a focus of yours.
Yep.
So check the focus on. Your crit range is going to be your security. So 4s or better are going to be crits.
Cool.
It's pretty good.
All right.
And
Damn
you get
it.
0. Yeah, I don't think you're going to
Got some
win
smoke
this.
in your eye.
Apparently.
Yeah, you need to get at least 1 success, and so you didn't get any successes.
Right.
So that's the end of that. Your unarmed strike is, listen, the smoke was in your eye. It's embarrassing, but nobody saw you because the smoke's covering this hallway. So,
And then I'll probably yell, "We got 2 down here."
gotcha. John, do
now
you
to hear you.
want to spend your ability to go now?
Yes, use my ability. It can only be done during the first round, so.
Go for it. So move your token.
All right, so I am gonna move on up.
Move on.
How does
Yo,
it-
Thad,
how
where
does
you
it work?
going, bro?
How does it work with a thin corridor?
So yeah, like I said, this is where it feels weird, but you can get as close as you need to.
Cool. Yeah, I am totally gonna get up there. And I don't know if I should go there.
It doesn't matter.
It does
Right.
not. Yeah, it does not matter. So
Apparently doesn't matter.
there's no attacks of opportunity or preventing people from moving around you. So you just say, I run past you, dash past them, or maybe even in a way, kind of like bull rush them, and you get to the other side.
Karst, you take that one, and I'm also gonna use my unarmed strike, and I have Ando Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh
And-
yeah, Ambo Jiu-Jitsu, which is the
Oh,
Riker,
God.
the Riker thing. So your focus would apply here for
The
sure.
ultimate form of combat.
Yes,
Yeah.
so my focus does apply. So is it also going to be daring and security?
It's daring and security for close combat. Yep.
All right, and I should just roll 2 regular die.
Wait,
Unless you'd like to spend
wait,
momentum.
shouldn't it be security and fitness?
It is.
If you're doing a strike?
They're both the same numbers.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I might have been wrong. It might be fitness and security. Yeah. I made a mistake. Yeah.
They are both the same. They're both 10s for me, so
That's fine.
yeah, I don't know. Fitness does sound right.
No,
Wait,
it says daring and security.
No, fuck, no.
Yeah. Melee, opposed task, daring and security, with a difficulty of 1. If the target wins, you do your damage. If the opponent wins, then the attack is countered. Ranged
That-
is control and security, and
What does
yeah.
fitness do?
I thought fitness was the attack, but I don't know.
It gives
It
you your
says right-
stress.
Yeah, I don't know. It says here it's daring for close combat, and range is control.
Huh.
Sorry about that.
Do I add any challenge die or anything else? The task roll is just out of 2.
Unless you want to throw momentum in there, you could spend 1 for 1 or 3 for 2 dice. Right now you have 6 momentum.
Oh, we do? I thought we
Yep.
had 5.
No, you got 6 from the noticing them.
I feel like
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
cool.
a good
Sure.
time to use 1 then.
Okay, so just 1 spend, so
Yeah.
1 for 1. Okay, go for it.
So wait, again, task roll is staying at 2. My focus is checked.
Everything, the task roll is going to be, it's a task of 1, but it's opposed, so don't worry about that.
Okay, just
Yeah.
gonna hope this is correct.
It looks like you rolled 2 dice, so roll an extra 1.
Yeah, get one more.
Okay, that's what I
It
was.
should be 3 dice at least, because you're using a momentum.
And then the focused, I thought, but
The focus would apply, yes, you have to click that on.
it does. It's clicked, yes, but I don't know why it didn't roll.
Okay. It looks
Oh,
like you
no,
just
no,
need to
no.
get it.
Task roll is the number of dice. Complication range is the difficulty.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a crit.
Yeah, it looks like you got a crit with the 5 because of your Ambo Jiu-Jitsu.
Mhm.
So you've got a total of 4 successes. I am going to spend some threat to help this Romulan defend
Oh, Bob, why?
because she's fighting for her life here. He's fighting for this
They're
one.
both. Okay.
And I am going to get, wow, out of 4 dice, only 1 success. So
Oh,
you
no.
are going to win. Your damage is going to go through. You can click that damage bar down on your unarmed strike. Now here's where it gets funky. Yeah, look at all these dice. Okay, so you count up the
What?
total. Yep. So they basically, just to let you know what this structure is, they sell their own like proprietary dice for this, but it's basically a D6 and it's really a D3. 2 sides of the dice say, or there's a 0 on one of the sides. There's a 1. There's a 2, and then there's a couple of them that have the Star Trek, whatever that symbol is. I forget the.
The Federation.
Yeah, that symbol. There's a name for that little doohickey, whatever. But basically, you count up the total numbers that you get. That's how much damage goes through. And then the symbols all proc your special abilities. So you'll notice that, like, on your unarmed strike, it'll say, like, knockdown, for instance, right? That's one of them. So you can use the knockdown by spending one of your little insignias. Sometimes you might need multiples of them to do that. Like knockdown for you, I think, is 1, correct? It says 1 next to that little symbol on your sheet.
It does not have any number.
No, on the bottom there, knockdown. Oh, okay, yeah. So it's just 1. Yeah, it's 1.
It says knockdown and non-lethal. Yeah, maybe that makes sense. But
There might be a number if it needed more than one of those symbols, but it's 1 for that. I see it on mine as 1. So yeah, basically what this means is that you can use the knockdown, and knockdown It says the target is knocked prone in effect if the effect is rolled. Avoid by spending threat per effect. So I could avoid this if I want to. Do you want to spend it? You might as well.
Yeah, do it. Keep spending threat. I got 4 options, 4 knockdowns. Let's do it.
So I'm going down. I went from 8 to 6 threat. I'm actually going to be going down to 7 threat. Oh, sorry, 5 threat. Just math I can't do. So I'm going down to 5 threat to ignore the knockdown.
I'll do another one.
All right. Oh, you. I see. You
I have 4.
Because he has 4.
Now that I don't know is how if that's how it works. But then if you have so many, I'm not gonna spend all of mine. So I'll just let it go then. I'll let it go. I'll stay at 6, and you knock this person down. They're prone. Let's go to. I'll put a little sign on them, little prone thing.
They take any of the damage? Like how was?
Oh, they take all of it. Yeah, they take all of it. So it's looks like 5 to me, correct? Yeah, I see 2, 2, and 1. So it's 5 damage. And
There's another one as well.
That one is oh, it's an addition? Yeah, oh wow, you're right.
Jeez, you get so many rolls
1,
for your
2,
unarmed strike.
3, 4.
I
am the security officer.
True.
Yeah, I see 6 damage. Wow, 6 damage. So what's going to end up happening is this character is going to get injured. They are actually going to. You did 5 or more in a turn, so they have to. There's something that happens to them when they get 5 or more damage, and I think is they might pass out. So you might have knocked them
themselves.
out. Yeah,
I like that.
I'll look for it, but that's the end of your turn, correct, John?
That is the end of my turn.
I'll look to make sure that I'm not making a mistake here, but I'm pretty sure if they get 5 or more damage in a turn, then they could end up getting hurt or even knocking out based on such the massive damage there. So I'll look that up in a second, or maybe you could look it up for me, John. It might be
Sure.
easy in the book to find. So that's the end of your turn, and now we'll go to the Romulan. So I'm going to go with the female Romulan just in case she has a chance here. She's going to use her disruptor. Now, since you are next to her, Stefano, it's going to increase her difficulty range by a bit more. So she's going to have difficulty. She could have her blaster. Something could happen with it, malfunction, things like that. If I roll a 20, or in this case, it'd be a 19 with her blaster. So I'm going to try to shoot you, and we'll see what happens. I'm going to spend some more threat to get a couple more dice. I'm going to go down to 5 threat and add a dice to the pool.
Okay.
And let's see
And
what I get.
It's daring and security.
No,
opposed
she's attempting to shoot you.
Oh.
So there's no need to do that. She's trying to shoot you. But it's control for her and her security. So she's got one success, and she needs to have 2 to succeed on you. But since she is within the close range, the difficulty goes up by 1. So she really needed 3 successes. She only got 1. That's not going to cut it. So she shoots a blaster, and it just goes down, and you see the smoke kind of disappears into the smoke. But I'd say, Joey, as your character's about to round the corner, you see a disruptor burn hit the left side. Yeah.
I just go like this and dodge it.
Yeah, you do.
Well, you can't see. You're not looking at the screen, so you don't know what I just did.
She will attempt to run. She's going to use her movement to go 1 zone away. So she'll go to the end of the hall. She'll run past John and go to the end of the hall. Looks like she stops at that door down below. You can see there's a door here to the left-hand side. All right. That's your turn, Joey. Or Yaren, and then we can just go in order. Is that cool with you 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and sprint down, and I'm going to try and persuade them to surrender.
Sure.
So I guess like swing down as I'm rounding the corner. I like fire like a phaser shot, not at her.
Sure.
Like just be like specifically miss.
Across her nose.
And I have my like translator out, and I'm like yelling into it, like surrender now, or like under the authority of the Federation, United Federation of Planets. So is that like a persuasion and command, or?
It would be a presence, yes, and command. Yep.
Presence and command.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how difficult would this be?
So it's an opposed check. So you can go ahead. She's going to make her own presence and command check.
So still 2 dice.
You always have 2 dice to start your pool, and you can increase it if you'd like.
Okay.
Yikes. You're so
Oh.
good at that, and yet you still
Oh,
got a crit
no.
fail.
Are you serious?
Did you really, Joey? A crit fail?
Oh, he has a 16 right now.
Ugh.
Hey, sometimes you roll that.
Wait.
crit.
Okay. Hold on. I have a.
An
What did
ability?
I roll? I rolled a 16. What the fuck?
Yeah, you have it.
I
You have to roll
have.
under a 16.
Yeah.
So I have negotiation and diplomacy and persuasion as some of my focuses.
Oh, so
I
that
get-
would have. So what was your success? It was a 8. So no, your command is still not going to be enough. Even if it's a 5, it's not going to be enough.
Jesus. Okay.
So here's what happens, Joe. You actually beat her. So you intimidate her enough to perhaps stand down, but there's a complication here. What could the complication be?
You're so persuasive, she dies.
I
Oh,
no,
no.
I know exactly what the complication is here. This will end the combat, I believe, because I think the injury. I just looked in the rule book.
Yeah.
and the,
Kills herself.
It knocks that
She
person
take
out.
the cyanide pill.
yeah, the injury is going to knock this person out. It was the max, the 5. If you do 5 or more, they get a wound, and they have to make a check to stay in the. It's daring and.
Oh, I had the page right here.
Yeah, I forget exactly the check, but
Healing,
it's not a thing. Healing is no. That's the one if I want to heal.
quitting the injury.
Fitness.
Damage effects. That's what I want to see here. Keep the initiative.
There's so much information on what happens when you damage someone. It's like
I
3
know.
pages.
I know.
That's the
Talking
problem
about,
with this
talking about
rule book.
stress and all these other things.
Yeah. Deadly, inaccurate, non-lethal. Yeah, I do remember there's something with 5 stress. So what I'm going to do is just going to say that that's going to knock this Romulan out, and then the one that ran away that Joey tried to intimidate, we'll say then I'll just give Nate and Steph. I know you didn't get a chance to go in the combat here, but your crew is just so effective. Move your tokens up to where we are, and Karst,
Sure.
you can go into this hallway. You can move your tokens all the way up.
Oh yeah, I'm not a very good fighter, anyways.
Yeah. Vibes is happy to avoid combat. He's gripping his lucky hacky sack real tight.
That's funny.
Which is weird though, because in the other games I play with Bob, our Supernatural 20, I'm like in the midst of everything, just battling it out.
You're the fighter.
like-
Yeah.
Trying
Weird to
something
take a
new.
backseat.
So
Yeah.
here's the complication. Perfect example. I hope you're okay. I'm playing on this. I'm tugging on this nerve here, Joe. But so the Romulan hears you, but it's smoke-filled hallway. She doesn't know exactly who's telling her what to do, but this forceful presence. Stand down. The Federation, is here, and Karst, why don't you move your token to the front as you then push forward to the through the smoke. She'll basically grovel at your feet. So she assumes that you're the one in charge. That's the complication here.
Oh yeah, I am super annoyed. And I actually order Karsk to get behind me.
Oh, I love that. So what do you say? It's talk. Do it in character. Go ahead.
Officer Karsk, move aside. and anybody who's actually reading my emotions right now is showing that I am jealous. I am relieved by this. I am annoyed.
I'll just gesture
I'll be
and
right
say,
back.
"Of course, Commander Yaren."
Even the gesture and the capitulation actually made me feel kind of happy.
And then I'll kind of just look at Thaddeus and be like,
and I will not see that look.
"You will not," as you walk past me.
I turn to Tal and just say, "We got some egos here."
Oh my god.
I don't understand human emotions. What is happening?
That makes
Is
two
this
of us.
normal?
Our tasks here are not complete. Let's keep the squabbling to another time.
I asked him what the hell is going on here, quite forcefully.
Language, Commander Yaren.
So-
do you speak Romulan? Because that would be the language we need.
I'm speaking in the translator.
That's exactly what I was referring to.
She says, "You're intruders to our base. What would you have me do?"
You are on a Federation colony planet. What are you doing here?
She says, "You'll have to talk to Commander Detak. I'll take you to him."
All right, let's go. Then, like, I point my phaser at
Hey, if
Where is the detonator?
Wait, I actually say, Beau, can you actually take the point?
Absolutely, Commander. Let's and I grab this
Keep,
child.
keep
by the-
her in between us. Karst, actually, could you like actually keep a hold of her, like physically?
Of course.
Awesome.
I hope that this Commander Tusk likes to talk.
His name
What are
is
we?
Detak.
what are-
D.
What are we
hope
going to
this
do with
T-O-K.
the other one?
Commander Detak is ready to talk. I'm trying on the joke here. Sorry.
Oh, dear Lord. Yeah.
Oh, it's a joke.
Vibes and tall.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Find Tal
That was a character.
hilarious.
It was, yeah.
I love Tal's like lack of understanding
I'm sorry.
because I feel like I don't understand it, but for a different reason.
Betazoid humor is 90% emotional and only 10% words.
That must be a real dry comedy then, huh? If you're not a Betazoid.
I think the time is ticking for Commander
All
to
right,
talk.
Officer McGee and Officer Tall, could you carry the one that's knocked out?
Oh, the body, yeah.
Or maybe wait.
Yeah. How about
Actually,
we
wait
have-
before we go. I hit my communicator to see if we can talk. Do we get any signal whatsoever?
Yeah, it's inconsistent, but you might hear the captain speak back to you briefly.
Well, sorry. Actually, I want to talk to the transporter operator.
Oh, Wilkinson?
Office,
Wilkinson.
city office.
Could we reach them before? Can we
You
reach
could
them?
not, but you assumed the tachyon particles were causing
Well, I
Cause
want
of
to see if we
issue.
can beam this guy back to our prison.
I'm going to walk outside and tell the security officers to accost this person.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, yo, Tebow, do you have any handcuffs?
That's
Actually,
a good question.
we shouldn't have some restraints.
That's you, John.
Yeah, I'll give here are the restraints. They are Starfleet standard order. You have one on your command belt there.
So one thing you can do now. This is really not. I wouldn't necessarily make you do it now, but like, let's say you don't have something with you, you can spend momentum to give you an advantage in a scene. So you would basically, it could be anything of like, you do have restraints even though you did not bring them. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's like if
I just assumed the security officer would have.
no,
Yeah.
I'm using this
Yeah,
almost as just a hypothetical, but like
I gotcha.
in general, if like you were like, damn, if I only had this,
Oh,
it's possible.
I do.
You might, if it's feasible, if the GM allows it, you could use a momentum to have it.
That's
Gotcha.
amazing.
I feel like I've never seen them handcuff anyone. I feel like that can't be right. That's just my memory.
I don't think they have handcuffs actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, but there has
Alright.
to be some kind of like
A binding
Oh,
of
I can
sorts. Yeah.
picture it when they bring Luke to meet Vader. He has cuffs on. Do they really? What do they do with bad guys when they want to like?
they just teleport them.
But like the guy can still punch you.
No, they could put
apparently
you.
when you Google them, there are these very weird looking silver metal things, but I don't
Of
remember
course.
seeing them in any episode ever.
The way they keep prisoners is they put them in a there's like a force field stasis thing. That's
yeah,
yeah.
like we
whatever
don't
it
they
is.
don't use like
Well, to be fair, they
I
do
spend a
cuff
momentum.
Chris Pine in the new ones, and that is what I'm working with.
well,
so.
Okay.
he's knocked out. So let's
I
actually
spend a momentum to use my force field stasis thing.
No worries.
Well-
Here's what's gonna happen. If you want, you can communicate with Wilkinson. It comes in a bit choppy at first, and he's like, there. What?
never mind. cut off communication.
Is he telling one of those great stories again?
So there I
No.
was at the Packers opening day.
Commander
Let-
Yaren, I'm just going to bring this person outside to our security officers.
Let me do that.
Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry
you
about
stay
it.
here with the prisoner. You stay here with the prisoner.
All right. Well,
She has to go.
Yeah.
This person.
you're going
Alright.
to step outside while we talk to Commander Detak without you.
No, obviously not. But let's just take a second, put this person with our other security guards, and then return back with our team.
Perfect. Wonderful idea,
you can
Commander.
call
Yeah,
one
like
of the
we just quickly like, dragged
Yeah.
this body outside and then
Don't worry about it. You can drag the body
Incredible
outside.
deductive reasoning.
Yeah, you can drag the body outside. The security officer will take control over there, and you guys can stay in the scene.
Yeah.
So here's what happens: the doors open. Now this room, the exterior of the door, a word is written in Romulan. I assume I read it before, but I assume somebody reads Romulan here. Joey, maybe because you're a Romulan expert, and then maybe even Steph.
I
'cause-
don't. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, but it says Sub Commander Detak, Department Chief Particle Physics. The door, yep, particle physics. The door opens when the Romulan opens it, and you can see inside. This looks like there's been a thorough job of destroying what looks like a lot of the research in here, like all the other rooms, computer terminals, etc., have burn holes in them from disruptor fire. There are pads in the office that are also destroyed with disruptors as well. However, inside, sitting at a chair at a command station, is a Romulan, an older Romulan. Is there a token in there? No.
No.
Okay, I'll bring the token to the ground. But you can see this older Romulan sitting at one of the command areas here.
Yeah, we walk in with our phasers pointed at him.
So this is going to be the end of the scene as you open the door, and that dramatic sting ends the scene. So I'm going to bring you down from 5 momentum to 4. Now, the scene opens up again, the new scene in Commander Detak's office.
Dun, 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 dun.
And he looks at you all, and he looks like, unlike the other Romulans who were just going to focus, they were guarding against you. He kind of looks at you listless, a bit more dull, not nearly as much passion as other Romulans that you've encountered. And he goes, "It appears you've come to take me away. Then do it."
Yeah, but we'd like to know what exactly we're taking you away for. What are you doing here?
He says, "What I was trying to do here didn't work."
What were you trying to do here?
Well, he looks around at all of you and he goes, it's apparent here the Federation has uncovered the truth. We here, us Romulans, we've broken our agreement to stay out of the neutral zone.
Yeah, that's obvious. But why?
The tachyon particles, of course. I thought I could
What
figure out exactly what was causing them.
You weren't causing the aging happening on this planet?
The aging? Dear no. No. And now we never will because the Federation is here, putting a stop to all of our plans.
What have we put a stop to exactly?
Our testing. We've been doing soil samples and air scans, the atmosphere scans.
You keep avoiding the question. Why?
We noticed a surge in the tachyon particles, the temporal anomaly that I'm sure that you are here for.
We're here because we had a distress call from the people on the planet that they were suffering from rapid aging.
Give me an insight and security task. I would say you can decide who in the group would make it. If anybody would like to assist in this role, you can.
I mean,
I'll assist. I have that
I
supervisor.
feel like I should do it. I also want to see what I get from them empathically. I was just waiting my turn.
Sure.
I also
and-
have intimidation as a focus.
I have interrogation as a focus.
Yeah, I have that too.
Okay, go for it. Insight and security test.
And so he's doing the test and I'm assisting. So
Yep.
I just roll 1.
You roll 1 exactly, and you use your statistics for it.
Oh.
Ah!
I got 2 nat 20s.
Oh!
That's horrible, but it's fun.
That's
That's
so
We
impressive.
suck.
Oh my god.
Romulans are hard to read.
He is, and because he's even more like atypical right now, you really can't get a read on him. That's not going to succeed, obviously, and he got a few successes. So, I would assume though that Steph, since you're into the engineering side of things, perhaps you could make a insight and science task.
Okay. Let me try.
This is difficulty is 1. Both of those were difficulty 1, by the way. Sorry, this is difficulty 1. Excuse me. The other was opposed.
I'm just trying to look to see like what they have in there. I'm trying to think of anything of my focuses would work.
So it's tachyon particles, basically trying to assess a story from the scientific side of things, rather than the motive side.
So I have a focus observing as step 1, and I did notice the boreholes in the soil. Could I say that I've been observing everything?
I'm gonna say no here because you would need to maybe
Okay.
observe more of like you don't have any observation of what he's suggested.
Okay, no problem.
You haven't seen
Thought
the
I'd try.
results of his test. Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying.
I mean, can I try to help?
You can.
I
yeah.
got 2. What was the difficulty?
Oh, never mind.
1. Nice.
1. But Nate, you can try. If you do get a success, it would be another momentum. But if you roll a critical failure, it could be a complication.
How many?
I
I
think
mean,
we
we
should-
already have.
Well,
I
we
think we
just
should
got
spend-
a 6th momentum.
I start speaking
Spend
up
a
and then realize Tal completely has it covered, and I'm like, never mind.
I also
and just
feel
go
like-
back to my Sudoku.
I also feel like this might be a place to spend a momentum to get more information.
Yeah, but I think we should do it with Tal. Like I think. we
Yeah, of
should.
course.
Sure.
'Cause-
Yeah.
Well, certainly not with me and John.
Yeah, no.
Nope, I'm laying out.
So just
we
to
should,
let
we
you,
should figure out what's going on scientifically.
So
Yes.
yeah, so I just kind of pipe up and be like, okay guys, so this is what I have right now. And I just go into what I've observed so far and what I think may be happening, and I'm just rambling at this point.
yeah. So
So-
here's what I have for momentum. You have 4 momentum right now. This was a difficulty 1. You're getting 1 back. That would put you at 5.
Okay.
More info.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you
I'd
want to spend
I'll
1?
spend 1 to get more info.
So you're still at 4 after this task.
Yo,
Alright.
Tal's smart.
Tal is smart. So here's what you get. You feel like Detak must be lying. Your reason behind this would be that if he was truly here for the research, he wouldn't have been here right now with all this destroyed material. Also, this is a bigger base. There clearly were more people here. They must be somewhere else, and you're interested to see what his science data has shown on this. You feel like
Isn't it more motive than science, though?
No,
it says
no, I mean,
insight
like,
and science.
excuse me,
Yeah,
What scientist destroys their data?
right. So it's insight and science as opposed to security and science. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I straight up ask him that. I'm not technically in the room, but I'll move myself to the room.
Yeah, you're all in
You're
the
in the
scene. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'm like, what scientist destroys all their data? This doesn't make any sense to me.
Oh, your logical
And
brain.
everything is beyond repair. Like, I've tried.
He says, well, I've tried to make sure that the Federation doesn't use our research against us. Of course. The intelligence war is at its height.
Are these tachyon particles affecting your people as well?
I'm afraid they are. And over this last few weeks, it's been a strange surge in it, hasn't there?
No, you said that he looks older?
He is older, yeah.
He okay. So how long have you been here? Because you look old. I just straight up say you look old. Like I'm way, like I'm younger.
It's that like Vulcan like in politeness where it's just like
Yeah.
oh.
You look old, yeah. He says, we have been studying here for 2 months.
2 months. Okay. So you should look at least 2 years older. And you look pretty old already. So that doesn't make any sense.
Give me a reason and engineering task.
Sure.
This is you're looking at the stations here. These stations don't look nearly as destroyed as the rest of the facility.
Nice.
I'm looking at the stations. Would that work towards my wiring and power systems
Yes, it would.
focus?
Yep. Yes, it would.
Okay.
And if anybody would like to aid her, you can, or you want to use momentum spend here, you can.
Okay, I got a 1.
It is a
I don't know if
difficulty. It is a difficulty of 2, and I should have said that first. So I don't know if you wanted
Okay,
to
I'm sorry.
use momentum, or if somebody wants to aid you. So you can choose to do that.
And what exactly is she looking into?
These consoles, see if she can repair one of the computers.
I mean,
It's reason and engineering.
oh yeah, I'll help.
Good. So yeah, you start looking at the computer consoles, and that's when Vibes will also start to assist you in that. And do you want to spend momentum, Steph, or no?
Yeah, I think this is a good.
I think so too.
Yeah.
So do it. Go ahead. Roll your momentum roll. Just 1d20 if you'd like. You can use it in the roller. Use the actual roller for the Star Trek. And Nate, you're going to roll 1 as well.
Did I do that? Oh, I
Either
rolled
way,
a 20. I'm sorry.
that's going to count. Nate, roll as well, just to see how many extras you get.
Mhm.
Yeah, we
I
got
think
an
I
extra
did.
one.
All right,
I
so
get
here's
it.
what's going to happen. You are going to get 4 successes, because I'm sure that's within your engineering discipline, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so you're going to get a total of 4 successes. It was difficulty 2, so you're going to gain 2 momentum. Do you want to spend any of it immediately?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're going to go up to only 4 momentum in total. Here's what you get, Steph. So you're able to start, spending a few minutes searching the computers, and while you're doing that and, fixing it, you're starting to get some sort of semblance of a device back, but it needs power. And you feel like without power here, you're not going to be able to really use the computers, but you feel like you could fix them to the point where they could be usable. Second piece of information.
Our ship has an extra power center.
It does. Second piece of information here, though, with your momentum, is that you start to get a sense from talking to this computer, like in its like reserve mode, power reserve mode, that you can get a timeline of the events of this station. In fact, this this outpost has been here for at least 2 years.
Okay.
So he was lying about the length that they were here as well.
Cool, because Vibes has been real confused thinking about that 6-year-old 6-monther after he said 2 months.
I actually look to Karst and Beau, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go report this to the captain. And do you guys want to keep interrogating this guy? Or should we bring him, or do you guys feel like we should bring him back to the ship right now?
I think you can take the officers and take them back, but I still want to figure out what's going here on this planet to these people.
Yeah, we should definitely investigate this facility more.
There
But,
is more to the facility. I don't, Joe, if you could see the map. There is just the corridor heads south here.
I see.
Would it be possible to take any of this technology with us and investigate more?
Not easily, but perhaps
Not
if you-
easily, but we may be able to take a couple pieces if we can lift them.
Well,
I'm assuming. I'm sorry.
in that case, try to make sure you get all the data before we try to carefully bring it with us. Actually, I have a power reserve on me. Spend momentum.
do you want to spend momentum for that?
Nah, it's okay. It's all right.
You
And actually, I forgot that I have the jury rig. When I attempt an engineering test to perform repairs, I can reduce the difficulty by 2.
Oh damn! Oh damn! So
I forgot about that.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I mean, it's past the point though. I don't want to.
You succeeded anyway. You succeeded anyway. But there might be a use for that. There is a corridor to the south. You want to check that out? So Joey, you're taking the prisoners outside to be scanned or to be beamed up.
Beamed up.
All
Yeah,
right.
you get the sense that within this outpost, it's the Romulan cloaking is affecting your thing, your communicator. So
So obviously we gotta start like marching them
sure.
outside and like towards the thing. But I don't know if we should keep interrogating them here. I don't know. What does the group think?
You know what? Why don't we could leave Beau in the station, and I'll come with you, Yaren.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so
All right,
Beau,
come with us. What's his name? What's his name?
the talk.
The talk.
The talk. Yeah, I isn't there like an insult? It's like platak.
Platak, the talk.
Klingon? There's a Klingon insult called like platak or like I don't
Dumb jock human.
know. That's a game.
I know. I know. All right, so here's what
call 'em jerks where I come from.
jerks. You can get them at the jerk store.
But I deliberately
You're their all-time bestseller.
I deliberately mispronounce his name to be a Klingon insult.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, so then Detak will he'll follow you. He looks again dismayed at what's happened here. He'll go with Karst and Miller out to the outside, so perhaps you can get a better signal and talk to the captain, maybe beam them up. The three of you, though, Beau, Tahal, and Vibes, you want to check out the south corridor?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, move your tokens.
Sure.
Should we ask if there's any more Romulans on the?
There are no more Romulans here, just us. All the others have fled.
Best guard.
They have fled back to Romulus. What's their home planet? Is it called Romulus?
Romania.
Romulan.
Romulan? The planet is called Romulan?
That can't be right.
Romulan.
Is it? I don't know. Either way.
Isn't it just Rome?
Romania.
No.
It's
No,
Romania.
Wait, Romulus. Romulus is the
Is it the planet?
planet. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so
It was
just keep
built
your...
in a day. I know that.
Yeah.
It was built.
I heard Remus is better.
Leave your tokens. You don't need to move anybody. You're in our mind's eye, you're headed outside.
The Remans are a thing in Star Trek.
They
movies.
are. So you got to be
Oh,
they
careful.
are?
Yeah.
And
Vibes is
not
learning this
better.
for the first time.
Vibes and Nate, they are
Yeah.
one.
Like he hears that Remus is better. This is like I don't know. It's kind of like saying like Haiti is better than the United States or something along those lines.
All right, here's what you see. So you open up this room, and before you even actually get into the room, you can hear the humming of some sort of power generator coming from beyond. When you open the door, you can see both the power supply and the cloaking device for the Romulan outpost. Large conduits run overhead, carrying power to the rest of the outpost. It looks as though it's, in some sort of like a reserve mode, so it's been shut off. It's still humming, still works. It's just, been programmed to not give power to only, I guess, the cloaking device is really what's being used for. On the far side of the room, the Romulans have attached what seems to be some sort of a device to the fusion generator main regulator. I definitely know what that is. There are two Romulans in here working on it. In fact, they look like they're so busy they don't even look up to notice you.
Gonna sneak up and get closer to them and then surprise them.
It's not that they
you want
don't.
me to watch from back here?
You can
I'm not
watch from
trying to
back there.
attack them, but I do want to startle them and get their attention.
You can startle them and get their attention. They'll look to you like they know that you're there. You've opened the door, light shines in, right? But they I guess not light shines in, but you open the door and they see you. But they're just paying no mind to you. But if you yell at them or something like that, then they'll kind of stop what they're doing for a moment and look.
Hey now, hands up.
Hey, hands up.
Tal, what are they working on? Are they stopping something from exploding, or are they starting something from exploding?
I'm not sure yet.
Give
And
me a-
I'm just going to like excitedly go over there and start asking and pointing at things and saying a whole bunch of Star Trek jargon.
Give me a reason and engineering task.
Sure.
It's a difficulty 0.
Okay, so just don't screw it up.
Let's go.
How do you feel about
reason and
knowing the
engineering.
difficulties of everything that you do in this game? How do you like that?
I like it.
You
I like it in all role-playing games, actually. I think
Yeah.
it adds to the tension, but
No,
Yeah.
I like it.
Cool.
Okay.
No,
Would
it's
any of my
just-
focuses work?
Read them off again.
I have observing as step 1. I have computers. I have wiring and power systems. This is a power system. Transporters and replicators. Tinkering physics. Holding a flashlight.
I'm gonna go with the. So I might be mistaken something here. These sound like values to me. Are these values or are these focuses?
Did I get my focuses and my values mixed up?
What are your values?
Oh, my values are gadgets are better than friends. Everything is easily fixable. Focus will get it done. A well-coordinated team makes for a smooth flight.
No, that sounds like values to me. Those are like phrases that describe your character's, core values. But focuses should be things you've learned in your training. So it'd be like, John, read me off yours, your security ones.
Diplomacy, hand phasers, Ando Jujitsu, interrogation, survival.
You see what I'm saying? Those sound more like you've
Gotcha.
made values than focuses.
I think I mixed
right?
up a value and a focus.
Yeah, that
So
might,
I've
or at
got,
least
like-
in one or two of them. Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. But I have computers, wiring and power systems, transporters, replicators, tinkering physics.
I'm gonna go wiring here.
Okay,
That would work.
my bad, and I'll get that fixed for next time.
No, it's okay. It's all learning here.
Wait, physics should help us.
Not
Does it?
physics for this test. So that's a 1 success. So I put you a 5 momentum. And they are situating focus a bomb, an explosion.
Oh no. How far can I tell how far along they are?
Would
Get
you like
this
to
together?
spend momentum?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love this game.
Never pass up a burrito.
There is a giant number ticking down.
It looks as though it is set. All they need to do is turn it on.
Guys, it's a bomb.
All right, put your hands up even higher.
I start sprinting away down the hallway.
John,
I
give,
am going to. I mean, I'm small, but I'm gonna try and tackle one off the ground, like move him away.
okay, so let's
Five.
go. Let's go into combat here, the three of you. This is going to be interesting.
Or the two of you.
Is it the two?
No, I thought Vibes is with us.
The
Vibes just
are-
ran away.
As soon as you said
Oh.
bomb, Vibes turned and started running.
That's fine. That's fine by me.
Oh my god. You
Yeah.
like run past us?
This is fine. This is totally fine.
This is fine.
Dude, I'm 4 years from my pension. I'm just
You don't have a pension. There's no money.
put me in a cockpit. That's where I belong.
It's all right. John can use his determination. Take these guys out in one fell swoop.
Oh, this is hilarious.
That's exactly what my plan is.
So, I'm gonna give it to you, obviously, and since I don't,
I just think it's kind of funny if my character is like constantly we don't have money. There is
no money, but Vibes wants it.
I just want my pension. What do you mean? What's a pension?
Am I right, Vibes? Burritos aren't free, are they?
They are free.
Anyway,
Replicator.
here's what's gonna happen. It's up to you. I do feel like Vibes would definitely not be the one to act originally, and I don't know between Steph or McGee, or not McGee, excuse me, Steph or Beau, Ta'al or Beau, who would go first here? Because Steph, you might have recognized it, and you had the first initial reaction. But so I'm gonna do who has the higher daring between the two of you.
I have a 9.
Mine's a 10.
All right, so then we'll have Security Officer Beau go first, and then it'll alternate.
I have I had my phasers out. I was holding them.
Oh,
in my hands.
100%.
I'm just gonna fire the first one.
Okay. So fire your phaser. It's going to be control this time because it's your aim, and your security.
All right. I do have hand phases, so I'm going to use my focus.
Go for it. Okay, and this is a difficulty 2 task for firing a ranged weapon. They don't make an opposed check because all you're doing is shooting at them. So you get a 2.
Why'd you get an extra dice?
Are
Here's my
you?
focus.
Oh, focuses don't add
Yeah,
dice. Would you
focus
like to
doesn't,
add a
yeah.
momentum though?
Sure. Yes.
So that would be brings you to 3 momentum instead of 4, and you're gonna get 2 successes. You hit. That will be a hit. Roll your damage. And your phasers have some special abilities here. I'll let you take a look, John, but you can see the phaser at the bottom. It says that you can use the charge ability, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And charge, what that lets you do is it can add either area, intense, piercing to, or vicious. Now, some of those, they sound crazy, like vicious. It basically does additional damage for each effect that you roll. So those Star Trek symbols, each effect is extra damage. Piercing will get rid of X amount of resistance. In this case, it would be 2. You haven't noticed these creatures wearing armor or having particularly thick hides, so that wouldn't matter. The one that I'm thinking you might like, though, is the area one, which basically affects every creature within reach of the target, which is these two, because they're standing next to each other.
That's funny. Area is the one I don't seem to have on my thing here. But yeah, that sounds great. Area is definitely what I was thinking.
Okay.
And I had quite a few things to add here.
However, it says that allies can be hit and objects can be hit. So I don't know if you want to do that, actually, because there's a bomb right next to them.
How big's the area?
It's within proximity, so reach is 5 feet, and they were just touching it. So they're definitely within 5 feet of it.
I thought I told them to move away, but I guess
but
they
they're
just-
not. They're not listening to you exactly. Yeah.
Sure. All right. Well, I have 5 of those special things to do. So let's add a little extra damage.
The
to make-
vicious. You want to do the vicious?
Yep. So I get it up to 5. So this person will definitely pass out.
Oh, it's more than that. It's 2, 4, 8. It's 8.
Oh, because I add all of them. I
Yeah.
can't divide them.
Yeah, you add them. So vicious lets you. It says inflicts X additional damage for each effect rolled. So yeah, it'd be 8. That's gonna knock him out. That's gonna get rid of all of his stress anyway. Actually, so he's just completely knocked out.
Perfect. And then I'm gonna use my first 2 quick to act, and I'm going to retain the initiative, and I'm gonna fire at the other person.
Okay, go for it.
Hell yeah!
Choo choo, pew pew.
Pew pew. Like that's actually kind of cool.
It's pew pew.
It's like quick draw, like Space Cowboy.
That's another hit. Roll your damage.
Yay.
Yep. Wow,
Alright,
John
you
is
just
so
need a
good at
knock.
this.
Chief Security Officer coming in clutch.
That was good, right?
That is on our side.
Plenty of
Oh my
damage.
god! If you use
and
vicious, you'll knock him out again.
done.
Jesus,
Yes.
that's 9.
Take your hands off that bomb.
Yeah, they just they're stunned. They fall to the ground. Combat over. Jesus, John.
I just
That
got
was
This almost seems too easy.
Oh my god! That's why he's Commander, bro, and not just Lieutenant Commander, bro.
I made
That's
a fun character.
Wow, awesome. Okay, so yeah,
Our back is all clear. All good.
Okay,
I shout down the hall.
so
Thanks, Vibes. I couldn't have done it without you.
Steph, do you want to try to fix this generator so you can get power to the consoles?
Yes, if I
All right.
could.
Yep, you're gonna give me.
And
There's a
maybe
couple things
stop,
you can do here, so I'm gonna let you know what kind of your options here.
Okay.
The first thing is you could make a reason end engineering, or No, it's going to be reason and engineering. Sorry, I made a mistake. It's going to be reason
that's
and
fine.
engineering. Yeah, it's going to be
Reason
reason.
and engineering is great. So I've got a couple of things here. I've got testing a theory. When you attempt a task using engineering or science, you may roll an additional d20, so long as you succeed a previous task covering the same scientific or technological field earlier in the same adventure. Which
Okay,
I believe
you
I
did.
did in his office.
You did, yeah. That works.
So I'm going to do that. It's an extra d20.
It's difficulty
Paul
2.
is good at this.
It is difficulty 2, this task.
Okay, so I'm going to do a task roll of 3. I'm going to keep my focus on because it's wiring and power systems still.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to try. Oh, that's a complication, but I created on another one, so I had 3 total with a complication.
So if you want, you can spend that, you can actually spend your determination to avoid the complication. That seems like a not great, though. That seems like a good use of it. Determination's really good, so you only want to use it when you can. You can use momentum, I think, to get rid of a complication.
Because I can only use 1 talent at a time, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So do you want to use...
Is this complication dealing with this bomb?
It's dealing with the generator.
Okay.
So it's up to you. I don't know if you want to.
I don't know. Just spend
Is this the same generator that would be used in a ship?
No.
Cool.
It's
I
not,
just stand there.
It's not nearly as large.
Start finishing my Sudoku.
I'm gonna get you to start to help me drag these bodies out.
All right, so Steph, the complication is going to be that there's a power surge, and you get a sense that you have a limited amount of time. This generator might die to get the console fixed. So if you fail on this check, you might lose the data forever.
Oh wait, so maybe spend a momentum.
Spend the none of us have used determination. There's only one. All right,
Nate
you're
has.
right.
Yeah.
Wait, can we?
There's only one episode left.
Yeah.
You have to decide.
What
to
are we
use
holding on to anything?
Let's
Well, yeah. What are we
spend it.
holding on to the determination?
Yeah, let's
for?
spend it. Let's spend it.
Never
Okay.
pass up a burrito, guys. Just use it.
I'm determined.
Okay,
For
fine.
sure.
You're down
we'll
to
spend
2.
the determination so we don't lose this data.
Not
it
determination.
It was like you discovered like what was happening. Like, oh no, the power's going out, and then you were like, no, but I'm not going to, and like you like managed to like hotwire at the last second to just be like, all right, we don't have to worry about like the time limit on this. It's like, oh, good job, Ensign.
Modern day people said you Geordied it, but I've read in a book once they called it MacGyver.
So you
I heard it called
can't
MacGruber.
McGroup. So you
I guess
can
that's more modern.
really quick. You can actually. I'm actually looking at this check here. I don't see actually that you can negate a complication with momentum. What it is you can negate the complication by giving me threat.
Oh.
So
Oh,
I'll
that's
keep you
cool.
at 3 momentum, and I'm at 5 threat.
Oh.
So you want to give me 2 to get rid of this complication?
I guess so, right?
Okay,
Um,
good idea.
Yeah.
I'm good with
Vibes is
that.
in.
I have 7 threat now. You have 3 momentum. Here's what's going to happen. You stabilize the generator. Okay? You stabilize the generator. If you want to, though, Steph, to use your determination here for a moment, I would say that you can use it to gain advantage right now in this scene. Would you like to do that? It might help you uncover the information.
I feel
Right.
like this is the pivotal moment, so
And
I'm
I think it
gonna
does.
try.
Yeah, and I think it does go with your values, right? I mean, this is going to either be a teamwork sort of thing,
Yeah.
or so you can choose the value it would apply to and spend your determination here. Here's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Bob, you use this as you're throwing a threat somehow. Like you're trying, like I see.
I'll save
I
the
see
threat.
Going a mile away.
I'm saving the threat.
Where's the left hook?
It's
Well,
coming.
and I
It's
do
coming.
have my talent. I do have Dauntless, where whenever you attempt a task or resist to be intimidated or threatened, you may add a bonus d20. I don't know if that is.
Yeah, no, you're not intimidated or threatened right now.
Okay.
But here's
Too
what's
good.
going to happen. You'll go back to the terminal, the console in Detox office. and you use your determination to get that critical use of the task here, which is basically going to give you this information. The Romulans designed some sort of device. This is what you're getting in their logs. They came here 2 years ago, but about 2 weeks ago, they started to get the signal. This same thing that happened that you all were aware of, the tachya, or some sort of when you got the distress call. Basically, the people were noticing change in their age and stuff like that. So 2 weeks ago, they built a device to determine the source of the tachyon particles, and in fact, they have.
Red herring.
They have figured out where the source is coming from. It is coming from Carina X, which is a gas planet in this system. It's not far. You can be there within a few hours if you get back to your ship. But they built a device to locate this. The device has not been here. You haven't seen it. But this device to locate where the tachyon particles are coming from, which seems like be like something you would probably have needed to be able to do it. Your ship is having a hard time scanning with the interference. They have found where the source is coming from, and it is Carina X.
Okay, I relay this to Thaddeus, Beau, and Vibes McGee, who's with me, and I think everything's clear down here, so we should probably join the others up in the ship and
Sure.
get there as soon as possible.
I am super down. Start sprinting to wherever we need to go to teleport.
Alright, I'm gonna grab both bodies and try to use my fitness to pull them both out at the same time.
At this point, actually, because Steph was able to use to manage the generator, you can shut down the cloaking field over the outpost. So you can do that, and now you have clear communication to the ship.
Oh, and I'm going to tell you guys, communicate with the ship, and I'm going to completely disarm this bomb if I'm able to. Like, pull the wires out, or that.
There's a bomb?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go. Beep boop. Chief
Do-
Petty Officer Wilkinson. Two
Oh.
prisoners to beam up directly to the prison.
Yeah, you got it. You got it there, Chief. I mean, Commander. I'm the Chief. There's this one time the Packers were playing the Chiefs. It was a crazy game. It was a crazy game.
I'd love to hear about it over a good cup of mint julep when we get back.
Okay. All right. I'm beaming you up. I can't do the effect, but
Wait, did Karst and I leave it? Did we get down here on a ship?
you came on a. Yeah, you did. You came on the runabout.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the fastest anyone has ever seen me move, and I go to that ship.
To be honest, you'll probably, because of the time, because you actually left that runabout in Morgan's Hope, the city. It would take you a couple hours to get back to it, right? It took you. You were walking for an hour to get here, so it's not close. They'll probably just
All right.
beam you up, and they'll send they'll get the ship back later, or they could beam you up and beam you down there.
Yeah, I don't love beaming, but I'm
Wait,
yeah,
no,
I mean, if
you
I have to.
actually, no, you have to get back on the shuttle, right?
What?
Like you have to get beamed to the shuttle and then drive it back.
Exactly, they have to beam him to the shuttle. Yeah.
Okay.
Wilkinson will say, "Vibes,
Vibes would do anything in his power to not do that in the future.
Vibes,
He
I
would
know."
stay with the ship in the future.
Actually, like Vibes, if you want to, like, I say this in character. Vibes, if you want to take a stroll to go to the.
Yo, yeah, we passed some pretty cool foliage on the way here.
The captain comes on
Take
the
your time.
communicator. And
No,
he says,
actually, wait, no, don't take your time. We need to get.
the captain comes
I'm
on.
already gone.
The captain comes on the communicator and says, "McGee, I need you. We need to transport you here. We got to get going." Tal just told us what happened down there on the station.
All right.
Wilkinson,
cool
do
boss.
it. Do it, Wilkinson.
Directly to the bridge.
Wait, can we teleport the? Oh, sorry.
I will teleport if that's. Yeah, we'll do it.
No,
They're
but can we
teleporting.
transport the shuttle?
the scene is ending. So here's what's happening. They'll teleport any prisoners, any consoles, things that you want to take. Any of that will be beamed up with you. That's fine. No big deal. But they're going to beam the rest of you up and Vibes to the shuttle. Vibes, you'll be reunited. The scene ends here. We're going to bring you down from 3 momentum to 2. And the scene ends here. You're back on the ship now, moving forward in time. You've set a course to Carina 10. Carina 10 is a large gas planet. Let me describe it to you real quick. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Let me just actually bring up our Roll20 for 1 second because I want to show you something. I did have some artwork, and before we go anywhere, I want to show it to you because it's too good not to show. Here is the Romulans in this base.
Sweet.
Okay, so these are the ones that you saw on the tokens.
That's cool.
This is like to give you a little. I should have showed you this when you met the Romulans, but there you go. And now I'm going to show you something else.
She was...
What's that? You thought she was crouching?
I thought she was crouching.
Yeah.
Dang. And our security officer took them out in one fell swoop?
Yep.
Woo!
Now, here's what's happening. You are back on the bridge. You're headed towards Carina 10, the large gas planet. And you see something. You see one of the helmsmen says, object in sight, Captain. A lot of tachyon particles here right now, so scans are not working pretty well. You've tried to locate the Romulans, but no avail. And then you can see something in view. The captain, sitting in the command chair, tells him, open up the view screen, let him see outside, want a physical sight here. And this is what you see. You can see a Federation ship. The U.S.S. Hamilton, as it's denoted on the saucer section of this Constitution class.
The Hamilton was lost a long time ago.
It was, and in fact, Mr. McGee, I believe one of your focuses is ship identification?
Yeah, there's quite a bit here. Yeah, definitely.
Give me a...
I've got starship recognition. Yeah.
Give me a reason and command with a difficulty of 0. This is a focus will apply here.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so reason and command.
Are you sure this is an episode?
While that's happening, Ta'al, the commander, the Captain Saltonstall is going to go to you and ask you to scan the tachyon emissions in the area. Give me a reason and science task. Scan the area, Ta'al. See if you can find anything here.
Sure.
So, should I? Do you want to go first, Tal?
No, you go first.
All right. I had one success.
Hey, why is Tall scanning?
That's what he said. She's on the bridge right now.
Because I know science stuff.
You're all on the bridge, so yeah.
Yeah.
So that's gonna
she's
be one.
Really, she's really good at this.
But you're the chief engineer.
I'm really happy to have her helping me with this. She's awesome.
But who's running the ship?
The captain is running the ship.
The machines, dude. The machines have been running them.
Vibes.
Right here, Yaren. Don't worry.
Vibes. Here's what you know. You're gonna get a momentum, so you go to 3. And you remember reading about the Hamilton. It's been decommissioned nearly 40 years ago. It was stripped of all of its core components. Its metals were recycled per the Federation's standard procedure, and decommissioning when they decommission starships. And yet, the Hamilton is right here on the main view screen.
I go, you guys will never believe it. This ship, and I share everything you just said. Bob, I'm also a starship expert, so when I succeed at identifying a starship, I understand an unknown
Oh, no. I gain a bonus momentum to obtain more information.
Damn. Okay, so then you can spend that bonus momentum right now without having to
Yeah.
spend your real momentum. Okay, gotcha. I'll think about that for a second because I have an idea. But Steph,
Cool.
what'd you get on your science and reason task?
I got 2.
Okay, this was difficulty 1, so that'll bump you up to 4 momentum.
Great.
It's very clear that this is the source of the tachyon emissions. It is coming from the Constitution class ship in front of you. Nate?
Okay, I relay that. It does appear that the data from the Romulans is correct, right? Because they had the coordinates.
Damn, that's the talk. Well, that means that their ship is probably somewhere around here. He looks around, like on the view screen, and he says, "I want visual scans going out at all times. Do you understand that, Mr. Beau?"
Understood, Captain.
And he looks over to Yaren. He says, "Number 2, gather the crew in our ready room. I'm sending you back out again."
Sounds good, Captain. And I get on my communicator. It's like, all officers, meet at the captain's ready room.
Here's something that you get, Nate. You do a quick scan in the computers for history on the U.S. Hamilton. This is what your momentum spend is giving you.
Yeah.
You realize that all information about the U.S.S. Hamilton has now been classified by Starfleet.
Mm.
And that is
I
where
will-
we're going to end Act 2.
Interesting.
Excellent.
Oh.
I'm
So-
100% not telling anybody except I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out next week. So we're going to leave on that
Yo,
good
tell
cliffhanger.
Tell Chief Petty Officer Wilkinson he won't blab to anyone.
At least no one will like listen. I'll be talking about like.
So this is a cool little cliffhanger to end on here. Tune in for the finale of Star Trek Adventures, Entropy's Demise, which is our first learn to play here on the channel. I'm having a blast. I know we're definitely getting some minor tweaks of the parts of the rule wrong. We're tweaking it just a little bit. There's something I feel we're missing with like the combat, with the injuries. We got to look that up.
Anyway, I'm
Please-
having fun.
Oh, I'm having a blast. But I
Yeah.
just want to learn more. So if you know we're doing something wrong in the chat or the comments, please let us know down below so we can look it up. We'll do our best to try to catch any mistakes. But I think we've been doing pretty well. I think we've been following the rules pretty good. But look, we're learning, and I'm
But-
glad you're having fun.
Something I find funny is like how like the setting of a bomb is sort of like trap stairs in D&D.
Yeah.
Like oh, it's like a very basic combat encounter or like dungeon encounter, but Star Trek flavored.
Yeah,
Mhm.
both these combats ended like that. Like,
You're right.
Steph didn't even get a chance to act in that one, and in the previous one, I think both of you and Nate didn't get it to act.
I
Because,
didn't act in either.
Yeah, it was just so quick. I mean, deadly.
Like Beau moved in there. Where it was like it cuts to him. He fires his phaser. It cuts and it cuts to like one of the Romulans being like, "Oh!" and the other Romulan's like looking, and then he's like, "Huh!" But like before he can fire, he's like.
I picture
that
John
would
doing the
falling over.
Exactly the Wild West.
yeah, the Wild West. Even though it's unnecessary with a phaser, I'm sure, but just
No, but it's not just like one of those like quick draw pew pews. It was like one of those like TV like shot reverse shot reverse.
Yeah.
I know, yeah. It's like he got a 5 on a 5 or above on everything. All of the ones he knocked out.
In TV, they also don't have the budget for a big combat action scene, so it was like that was your combat. They duck behind
Exactly,
cover,
yeah.
one
Right.
phaser, two.
You know, they don't have the Disney budget.
No, not well. Now they
Yeah.
do. Now they do.
Oh, well, there we go.
All right. Well, we're going to leave it off here. Thank you so much for watching. And shout out to Wayne in the chat. for the super chat. Really great. Thank you.
Wade.
Appreciate it. We're gonna get together soon. I've been telling these people we have to get the barbecue back this summer. So we'll
Barbecue.
yeah, the barbecue. We'll have drinks on Wayne
What?
at the
I
barbecue.
thought it was the Bobby Q.
The barbecue. Yeah, the barbecue.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving before the stream ends. Goodbye.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you on the tabletop.
Peace.
Bye.
Tease that burrito.